Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We are back in Port McNeill. We are doing another trip today. We are heading over to Malcolm Island to visit Sointula.
Yeah, the Finnish community of Sointula. And what does that mean, Audrey?
It means place of harmony.
Place of harmony in Finnish.
That's nice, but today instead of walking, we are driving the car into the ferry because the island is a little bit bigger than the one that we visited yesterday.
Yeah.
We're going to be driving on the island, and there is a point where apparently you can see the orcas.
Yes.
So maybe we'll get lucky and we'll be able to see some whales.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go there. And also there's some really good hiking trails as well. So there's quite a bit to do on the island. And because it is considerably bigger than Alert Bay, we've decided to take the car so that we can cover everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no way where we could do all this on foot.
No, impossible.
And it's the same fee as the passengers. Like we're still being charged $10 per person, but the only difference is we're paying $20 to take the car on. So really it's only $15 more because we had to pay a $5 parking fee yesterday. So yeah, just $15 extra and we get to have the vehicle on the island. Well worth it.
On top of that, today is kind of a rainy day, typical Vancouver Island weather. And if it starts pouring, then at least we have the car to go around and we don't have to, lose a day,
Exactly.
So now we are waiting to board.
Waiting to board.
That's it.
The crossing from Port McNeill to Sointula was just 25 minutes, so an even shorter journey than the previous day's trip to Alert Bay. We already mentioned this on our last ferry ride, but as a reminder, you'll want to check the BC Ferries schedule since sailings aren't very frequent and you don't want to lose a few hours waiting for the next boat. Plan ahead so you can really make the most of your day trip.
On the island, and we're going down some dirt roads. We've already seen a little baby deer, a little Bambi on the side of the road waiting for us. So that was pretty cool. And our first stop of the day, we are planning to go to Bere Point Regional Park. We've got a little map of the island, and apparently there's a trail we can walk. It's called Beautiful Bay Trail. And they have a lookout point with a whale watching platform. So maybe we'll get lucky since we're not actually doing any whale watching tours. Maybe we'll just be there, right place, right time, and we might be able to see something off in the water. So that is where we're headed next. And yeah, still raining, but I mean, we've got our umbrellas. It's nice that we have the car today so we can stay kind of dry. And yeah, we'll be back with an update.
Another reason we stopped at Bere Point is because we had been told by fellow hikers that you can sometimes see orcas rubbing on the pebbly beach. So we sat on a log and waited and waited and waited with umbrellas in hand, but the orcas eluded us once more. I'm not gonna lie guys, it was a cold and wet day and my morale was pretty low. But that's just travel for you. Sometimes the weather cooperates and other times you have to go out there and try to enjoy the destination whatever the weather.
Well guys, welcome to the forest. It almost feels like an enchanted forest here. What do you think?
Welcome to the forest. Welcome to the wilderness.
Wilderness.
This is a forest, but it's also a wild place. Yeah, we were driving by and we wanted to stop to show you what it looks like from the inside, right?
Yeah.
Because so far we've been driving and filming the forest and the woods from outside. All you see is a curtain of green, and you don't really have idea what goes on inside. Once you get into these places, it's like you step into another world. It's surreal, you know. I don't know if the camera can really do justice to what you see here, but you walk in there and you feel like you're walking on top of a sponge, okay?
Yeah,
Everything is kind of goes down, you know, from the years of decay of rotten logs and branches and leaves and what have you, you know, maybe centuries and centuries of stuff that has been piled in on the floor. Also the magnitude, the majestic of this place, you know, like, I mean, it's something that it leaves you speechless. It's a wow factor, you know, every time. So
It almost has a bit of a magical element with like all the trees covered in moss and old man's beard. Like it feels like something out of Narnia. Like you've walked through the wardrobe and you're in this magical land all of a sudden.
Let's go up this little hill a little bit. Here's a nice spot.
Come along.
Following here. Yeah, it's fantastic. You really, on Malcolm Island, you really feel the ruggedness as you take the logging roads out into the bush.
It's so green. Like even the tree trunks have turned green.
Look at this over here. It's amazingly wild, you know, like, I mean,
Pure nature.
it's pure nature again, you know. It's like the cycle of the forest is it's amazing. Here you can see it. Look at the bottom. It's rotten trees and branches and trees that have been, you know, that they fell, and what can I say? Wow. You
It's a
know,
wow
if you
factor.
ever have the chance of visiting this part of the world, please do so, because you will not be disappointed. And also, there is a beautiful camping ground over there with all the services. I was just telling my daughter that this country, the best way to see Canada is to have like a motorhome, some sort of like a trailer where you can sleep and you can stay a couple of days here, a couple of days there, you know. It's so vast and there is so much to see. We rented a car, but then you need to stop in houses and hotels, motel, whatever you want to do. But if you have your own, you know, motorized home, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
Look.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Our next stop on Malcolm Island was Pulteney Point Lighthouse over on the west end of the island. Built in 1943, this is both a lighthouse and a fog alarm building that provides navigational aid to boats traveling between the Queen Charlotte Strait and Queen Charlotte Sound. The lighthouse isn't open to visitors. However, we still enjoyed the beach walk it takes to get there, so we'd recommend it for anyone looking for a short hike.
Well, we just finished visiting the lighthouse. One
Yeah.
thing to keep in mind, you have to follow a trail through the woods and
You
that
do.
leads to the beach. Then you turn left. But I've read online that it's not accessible during high tide. So we just got here without checking the schedule. We lucked out.
We
able to
were
reach
extremely lucky,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't be able to make it to the
there.
lighthouse.
No.
It's a beautiful rugged lookout point, though.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh.
Right now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so water is still far away enough that you can still walk the beach.
Oh, it's just so nice to walk along the coastline there. Really to be the only people. We just saw another couple very briefly.
The beach is all full of logs, you know, all those logs that you see at the beach there are the logs that either they fall, because here the forest reaches practically the water.
It does.
The water's edge. So when a tree falls, it goes in the water, and then who knows which beach is going to show up in, you know?
In my opinion, definitely worth the effort. The drive over here is fantastic too.
Yeah.
It's like a logging road.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very rugged.
It's very
and
nice.
You really feel like you're exploring the frontier area of the island, of Malcolm Island.
But now let's go back to the reason why we came all the way to Sointula, to learn about its Finnish past. The most logical place to start would be the Sointula Museum. Sointula's history started when a group of Finnish settlers rode up from Nanaimo looking to escape the brutal working conditions in the coal mines and create a self-sustaining place of their own. The group got in contact with Matti Kurikka, a Finnish journalist and utopian socialist, to see if he would be interested in providing leadership, and he accepted. That's how in 1901, the new Utopia of Sointula, meaning place of harmony, was established on the island. Their guiding principles included ideas like communal ownership, decision-making by consensus, equal pay for women, and a separate children's home. The commune began to grow, and for a short time it appeared to have a bright future, but then a series of unfortunate events brought things to a halt. First, a fire that killed several people and devastated the community supplies. And then there was the issue of mounting financial debt and poor decisions on Matti's part. By late 1904, the colony had deteriorated, with many people choosing to leave, but those who remained carved a new life for themselves, and today that whole history is recounted in the museum.
This place has got it all, from telecommunications to old forestry equipment. And you noticed something that I had never seen before. What was that?
This, for me, which I'm from the 1954, this is a trip back in time. When I saw this one, immediately I remember this is the machine we used to use in Argentina to kill flies and mosquitoes. They used to sell a bottle of a liquid that you put in this container here. You filled it up, and then the mother used to tell the kids, "Okay, go kill the flies," you know. And they used to give us one each, and we'll go and it will dispense through here. Okay, we used to call it flea, the product that we used to put in here. But in Spanish, flea, it was mispronounced because it probably meant fly. And it was an imported product from the United States, who knows where, and nobody knows till today what kind of poisonous liquid we were putting here. We were spraying in the air, and then we were breathing this thing. So we were actually killing the flies by killing ourselves too.
Yeah.
And in those days, nobody knew about these pesticides and all these things, you know?
No.
So
That's funny. So we've been visiting a Finnish museum, and you've found things that you can relate to from your
back
childhood
home.
in Argentina.
Look, that's another one.
What's that one?
That's for the welders. When you had to weld all the, back home, when I was a kid, all the piping of the houses were made out of lead.
Yeah.
We did not know that lead was toxic.
Yeah.
Okay. And when they had to join the pipes and stuff like that, this was the welder. You know, it was like kerosene, pressure. With these they used to work. Okay. So many things here.
We should go take a look at the fridge. The fridge is really interesting. I love the sign. Look at the sign here. Man be a man, don't come here drunk.
Yeah.
And then you have all the vintage bottles. Wow, that's the old Lucky Lager. I'm wearing a Lucky Lager cap. That's the old bottles there. Look at that orange crush. I don't want to touch them.
So they've been making that beer for a while here on the island.
And I guess over here would be the same thing in Finnish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is just
Very cool.
an incredible collection. Like, normally I'm not a big museum person, but this is well worth it, guys.
This is from Westinghouse. Look at that refrigerator.
Yeah.
From the late 40s, maybe early 50s. This place is amazing.
And to come here, it's by donation. They have a suggested donation of $5, and we each paid that, and well worth it.
As you guys already know if you've been following our Vancouver Island series, we used the Trover app to geotag cool places we came across during this trip. This museum is one of the many places we added to the app, so if you have plans to visit the island and are looking for some travel inspo, you can browse our Trover list for ideas. After our museum visit, Sam couldn't resist going into the co-op to see if they had some Finnish products in stock, namely his favorite salmiakki. My dad and I played with dogs while Sam toured the market, so now you know where I get it from.
I'm so cute. I'm so sweet. I'm a puppet. I'm a puppet. I'm the cutest puppet. Sam has found a Finnish product, salmiakki.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
The find of the day. My favorite licorice in the whole world from Finland. It's not just any kind of licorice, it's salmiakki, which is the best, the saltiest, the most, what would you call, the most potent by far. And you know what? I'm gonna enjoy this right now, but I'm also gonna let you guys try it too.
Oh gosh,
oh,
no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This guy will eat poison if he came to it, you know?
I'll tell you how strong they are.
That's bad stuff.
Oh yeah.
Does it come from Finland?
It does, look.
It is salmiakki, no?
How's the Finnish flag right there?
Stuff. All right, you enjoy that.
I think it's fair to say that my dad did not enjoy the salmiakki, but no worries, Sam finished the whole box all by himself on the drive back. It was then time to get on the ferry and head back to Port McNeill. This was our final destination on the north of the island, but we still have a few more Vancouver Island videos in store for you, so stay tuned for that.
All right, so we have returned back from our day trip to Malcolm Island, visiting the Finnish community. It was great.
It was a beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
We did a little bit of everything. And the only thing we didn't see was the orca, the
We
whale.
went to the whale point.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But on the way back, we saw a bear, a cub, a little one, standing on the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Too bad that our photographer was daydreaming. Daydreaming.
Definitely Sam.
You know,
And he got a picture, no?
I was having a salmiakki coma. I had too many Finnish licorice. Yawning. I was yawning in the back.
He ate a box of licorice on his own. So he was there like kind of in and out of it, you know?
In and out of consciousness.
In and out of coma.
Coma, food coma. I was having a food coma in the car. Anyways, we're back. We're having gnocchi. Prepared a nice pasta sauce. It's got sausage, mushrooms, onions, pepper. And we've got, of course, our wine from Argentina. A Malbec from Mendoza. What's new?
Yeah, what's new? But it's a
very
good one.
It's very good. 1884. So cheers, guys.
1884. Cheers.
Cheers.
We recommend this one. If you can find it, it's very good.
And guys, one thing to keep in mind is that when we first saw these two islands, Alert Bay and Malcolm Island, we originally were going to be like, let's do it all in one day. That would be crazy. Do not do it all in one day. Each island needs its own specific day.
It's too much.
There's way too much. There's a lot to do on both places. I mean, Alert Bay is a little more cultural. Malcolm Island we went to today, there's more to do in terms of like driving and hiking, being out in the thick forest. So
yeah, the other one is more on the art, First Nation kind of theme, because that's where the community is living. This island today, it's a totally different story. You know?
Yeah, it's originally a Finnish community.
Yeah,
both are fantastic. If you visit the north part of Vancouver Island, make time for both of them. And yeah, we've got a fantastic meal. So we're gonna say goodbye for now. Our next episode, we're heading back up. No, south. I should say. Sorry.
South, my friend.
South to the central part of the island. We're going to be basing ourselves in Comox. So we'll see you with more episodes from there.
That's it.
Cheers, guys.
Salute.
Salute.